Hey guys, Chris from Cuppa here. Just following up on some of our newest releases here. It's just the start of November in 2025, and over the last, let's call it 6 weeks, we've had some pretty meaningful updates, both in terms of look and feel, but also more importantly on the back end in terms of how the content is produced. We've done a lot of refactoring from the old way of how we used to create content. That's no longer really applicable because the models have continued to improve, both in terms of how they can generate content, but more importantly, probably the input and output context windows continue to increase. So a lot of things have changed over the last 6 weeks, and I just wanted to give you kind of a quick rundown here. Hopefully, keeping it under 10 minutes would be my goal, but we'll see how that goes. So, first and foremost, here, dashboard, obviously, kind of your command center for everything related to Cuppa. A lot of actions that you can do direct from the dashboard. I would expect this to continue to improve, uh, even in 2025. I would expect some additional improvements here, but really wanted to give you like a look at what has been recently generated, what drafts are available, manage your API keys, learn about Cuppa, create bulk content. So obviously you see everything here. Upper left here, some of the nav bar changes first. Let's go through those. Obviously, the strategy section. This is power and above. Power gets one connection, business, more agency up to basically unlimited. So really depends on what you want to do with how you build with Cuppa. But this is a feature that we are very excited about, and I think it's going to continue to improve. Some more features are coming within strategy itself. We're going to have a topic explorer, which is kind of like news and relevant topics that might just fall outside of the traditional keyword research. We're going to have that available for you, and also optimizing opportunities. So, of course, once you connect to the GSC, we'll see your currently indexed and driving traffic articles or pages, and we'll see what we can do to help move those pages up in rankings and getting more traffic. So that's another section that's coming here shortly. So yeah, let's continue on with, obviously the strategy section, you are connecting your site, and let's just go through this and what this looks like here. So you have your site details. You can do multiple GSC accounts. We just added that feature in. If you're like me, you probably have many different Google Search Console accounts. This all happens after you hit your add new site. Basically, there's a process that happens where we're taking a look at the site. We are digesting the data, basically running through and getting a site summary, target audience, all the basic details here. All of it customizable, just in case we miss. You can click in and hit save. So all of that's available here. And then integrations real quick, going through the sections here. This is pretty straightforward right now. WordPress, where you can connect and auto publish. So once you build the cluster, which we'll go through in a second, you'll be able to connect and auto publish. Again, we always recommend having a pair of human eyes take a look at the piece of content before it's truly published. But no matter what, this can at least get you a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day content calendar automatically going into either your site or to your client's site. It can go to draft mode, so it doesn't have to directly go to publish. So that's available here. Brand voice, just one of those no-brainer type of features where just gives a little more instruction to the AI as it's building your content. We ask for 5 examples, either text or URL specific, to really help us build this brand voice. Applicable every time you build attached to this site. Again, just one more layer of input that hopefully leads to the most consistent type of output. And then backlinks. Backlinks is one of our newest features. Pretty. If you're familiar with the space, this is basically backlink outreach. We've done this at our agency for years and years, so we are now just streamlining it and making it available for you. So if you have multiple sites, you can buy a package. It's $199 a link. On average, when we were testing this, it's right around DA 40 to 45. It's very niche specific. So keep that in mind, but very traditional. Give us the author name, LinkedIn profile, backlink, bio, and we go pitch publishers on your behalf. So a lot of people used to do this. Haro, kind of the same idea with the different tools available now. I think Haro is now feature.com. So that's the idea. You can go into your billing, which, by the way, up here is basically your newer command center for accessing just kind of like your subscription. Billing is here, API keys, members, integrations, things like that are all up here. If you did want to add backlinks, it's in your billing, right? So billing will have everything you need to. This is what it kind of looks like in our demo here. So I'm on a base plan, agency plan with 3 additional sites. So I think I get up to, with agency, our base plan's 5, and then I added 3 sites, so 8. It'll be $640 a month. I'll go through why that number backs out. You can add in, 10 links here on average, DR 45. We do recommend, some time committed to this. Generally, we like to say 90 days, 3 months. Because we are doing the pitching. We will be adding the pitch series directly in, just so you can make edits to make sure we're in alignment with who we should be pitching and what we are pitching. And then, of course, our expertise plans, where you can add credits and send it to authors directly into in the platform, and have it done for you and uploaded and done. So billings there, and let's just go through after site settings what really happens here. So click into Content Planner. This gives you an idea of what we'll be building, in this case for Experts Inc. You'll see some of the schedule here for November. And you can also click into list view, what's scheduled, what's created, what's published. The good thing here is you can click right in to view the article, which I like to do. But expect a lot more very soon, November, definitely 2025, where we're adding a lot more to this, where we want to be able to basically be your content planner for your site or your client site in full, not just blog articles, but we're adding in local SEO. We're going to do an e-com package, both product and collection page, social media posts directly from articles, newsletter roundups, YouTube scripts, everything housed in here, which is pretty cool. So that should be coming out in November. We're also toggling with the idea of adding in, it's called audience intelligence is what we're calling it. It's basically understanding who is on your site. We have that ability through one of our other apps called Bullseye, where we do web identification, US-based audience only, but seeing essentially who's hitting your site, what they're interacting with. We identify the user, and basically we use that data to help craft better articles here, where we're combining not only the search intent via traditional keyword research. We use all the same sources that you likely do to help build these clusters out, which I'll show you in a second. But we think moving forward, 2025, 2026 and beyond, the way search has changed. Not only do you have to be multi-channel in terms of where you're trying to build up your brand, in terms of it can't just be blog articles via organic Google search anymore. You really have to go where the audience is, but you have to speak to the audience directly. So we're really excited to have that feature that automatically updates for you as that data comes in. So that is called our audience intelligence, which just will give this a nice little boost, something we haven't seen out there in the market yet. So very, very excited about that feature coming soon. And then let's just hop in. Once we do the scrape of the site, this is, we have a lot of things in the back end that go to work. We ping a lot of, keyword resources for data to really help you build out a few different clusters here. You can obviously add to the planner anything you see here. It's all customizable in terms of you can delete. There'll be more basically UI UX coming here soon, where some things need to be cleaned up and some things need like filtering and things like that. So that you can definitely expect that soon. You can add your own clusters in here that you can then enter into the content planner. Again, this is all automated, right? This will kick off and run daily for you. So pretty cool feature to have when you think about, either your site or your client site, where you get a really robust cluster set based on all the best practices of searching for that type of cluster, based on the site, based on the keywords that are currently ranking. Everything we pull through GSC, all of it mashes together and then becomes these nice clusters that you can add. Of course, you can do top up of keywords and then, of course, add in new. So let me just go to here to give you a look. Pillar page here. Again, just more useful for, obviously linking to that page. And then, there's some stats here. Again, I think we'll have some improvements here, but, maybe I want to hit something that's, dental SEO, which I think we've already added, but you'll see nice little trending up topic here. So really gives you like an idea of what you can add to the content planner. And that automatically goes. So every day, you don't do anything. It's using your content settings, which we'll hop through here in a second, where you can see some of the image models, image styles, what GPT-5 right now. I think we're adding in the other one we want to add in is Claude. 5's great if it's prompted, right? It's a thinking model, so you have to make sure it's prompted correctly. And then, a lot of people do different things depending on what you're looking to do for the articles themselves. But this will update as we add in the layers of additional content, where it's not just long form blog articles, it's location pages, social posts, newsletters, YouTube scripts, you name it, right? So this will be a home base for automated content done in a smart approach. So I wanted to show you that. Again, there is power plans. Get one. You can delete sites, but once you delete it, this entirely goes away, right? So, if you have something scheduled, you can always add sites. Even at the power plan, you can add 1, 2, 3, whatever it might be. You can do that. And then last but not least, attached to strategy, again, power and above, link and marketplace, which we love. If you need the quick link insertion, or you need the guest post, whatever you might need, excuse me, from a link building perspective, specifically for the site based on the content that we scraped, this is where you go. It's a little clunky right now in the sense that you have your offers and you have to hit go and go to the marketplace and then sign up. It's a little bit of a pain. There's no pass through at this point, but we are working on that. But again, really helpful for you or for your client if you just need that quick win at the cheapest price possible. So that's all the changes on the strategy side. There's more coming. Great content. We've done some cleanup here essentially, and it really is more on the preset side, which I want to show you. Let's just hop in. All of this looks the same. Probably going to get a fresh look of this in 2026. Advanced options, the big one that's changed. Target length here. We're adding a custom one. People, I guess, do 10,000 word articles, so we wanted to do that. Be careful with doing that much content. It's in my opinion not the best, but to each their own. Do custom, and then extra prompts. So input windows context wise have gotten huge, so you can do, this is where everything you used to do across all of those extra content prompts, there used to be extra title, extra intro, body, conclusion, everything fits in here. Research fits in here, right? So this is keywords fit in here. Everything that used to be spread out is now available here. The good news here is this now is applicable across the build as it builds. That's the biggest difference from Cuppa 2.0, where we really had a flow to it all because the context windows were big. Again, this all changed basically end of Q1 2025 when the models just continued to improve in the sense of the context windows got bigger and bigger. I think Anthropic 4.0 or 4.1 was the first one that could, what like we say on X, one-shot pieces of content where it wasn't going through. We used to have a process where essentially would recycle through, pinging H2s, H3s in the body that was differently than the intro or the conclusion, right? That's just how we did it for long form content because the models couldn't support it. Now that's changed. So yes, there is some learnings to get used to here, but just think of this as your catch-all. Everything you used to do prior in your presets, added keywords, all that good, added research, anything humanization. There, by the way, there's more and more we're putting into our learn section here in terms of prompting. This is really how you get to the best type of output. So, if you're looking for the magic of AI successfully producing content for you without putting in just minimal work, it's just we're not quite there yet. There's so many things that happen within AI that hallucinations, the input isn't as great and leads to inconsistent or not high quality output. So if you just put in 5, 10, 15 minutes of testing extra prompts, seeing what's in the learn window or in the learn.cuppa.ai, you'll get some pretty killer content right off the bat. So it just takes a little bit of time to get used to. Content manipulation, AI images, knowledges all stayed the same. And then, that's really it. We moved the expert review down here. So this is, again, you have to have the actual credits to use, which again, you can hit billing. And then if you wanted to add any, you can. But yeah, this is the new Cuppa. Expect a lot more coming from the strategy component, just because the more data that we're now able to ingest, both in terms of us reaching out to our data providers, but also your sites directly, just gives us a lot more we can do. Then add in this audience intelligence that we're working on, and I think we have something truly unique. Not only, do I love bring your own keys where you're doing content for pennies, but we'll soon have something that is I haven't seen on the marketplace. And I think going into 2026 and the years ahead, I think this is just going to be very critical to actually speak to the audience. Because just search changing, you'll have to find where you can actually build up your audience, but you got to make sure you're actually speaking to your audience. So excited to add that, but that's it. Yeah, I wanted to give you an update there. Ran over by 7 minutes. That's pretty typical. But if you have any questions, hello or support at cuppa.ai. That gets you to myself or one of the team members. Always on X, always more and more on LinkedIn now. But yeah, we are available. If you want to increase your plans, we do at the agency level have onboarding specialists where we want to make sure your team has full functionality and make sure they can use the system. That's when we usually dig into REST API and webhooks. We've built a lot of Slack webhook functionality for a couple teams where everything basically runs out of Slack as opposed to Cuppa.ai, the web interface. So anyway, there's a lot here to go over. Yeah, last but let me leave you here with the learn section again down here. A lot of good new data, but also prompting data as well.